Hello guys, welcome back to the lesson 4, dividing polynomials. The lesson objectives are divide polynomial by using long division and divide polynomial by using synthetic division. We will see both of these in the coming videos. Now the keywords for this lesson are polynomial division, long division and synthetic division. Lots of divisions. Let's get started. Dividing polynomials by using long division. Now, first of all, before getting into long division method, let's see if it's a monomial. So now we have a divisor 3x, which is a monomial. The dividend over here is a binomial. So it doesn't matter how long the dividend is, if it's a trinomial or more, doesn't matter. If this is a binomial, it's very simple. Just split it. Split it in the sense, this is the first term, 6x squared divided by the divisor minus 15x divided by 3x. Divide these separately. That is, the x and x over here cancels. What is remaining? 6 by 3 is 2x, and this cancels over here. 3 ones are, 3 fives are, minus 5. So 2x minus 5 would be the answer. So this is very easy. Now, over here, division of polynomial by polynomial, if it's more than monomial, like if it's a binomial or trinomial, then it is done by the long division. It is similar to the long division of real numbers, which will come in a while, which we'll look into in a while. And this method, this process is called as division algorithm. Now, the resulting quotient may be a polynomial or a polynomial with the remainder. You will all these points will be very clear when we see a problem. But before we go into the long division problem, we will see division of polynomial by a monomial. Now, over here, they have given this. This is the question. Find so and so. And over here, we have a term 6ab whole power minus 1. This is very important. Why? Because this is the divisor. So how do we rewrite this? When we rewrite, we will get this like this. 24a to the power 4b cube plus 18a squared b squared minus 30ab cube divided by, because it's power 1, this exponent can be made positive when it's taken to the numerator. Now what it means is, if I have a power 2, b power minus 2, I can write this is minus 2. I can write this as a squared divided by b squared. When you take it down, it becomes positive. Now, in case I add 1 divided by a power 3 minus 3, I bring it up, it will become a to the power 3. Or imagine I add positive 3. This is equal to a power 3 minus 3 when it comes up. So just remember, the negative sign will be added, or the negative sign will go away if it is coming to the numerator or going from numerator to denominator. Now that's what happened over here. This is gone. It becomes plus 1. So we don't write the power 1. It's 6ab. Now how do we divide it? Split it accordingly. Split the denominator or the divisor over here into the different terms of numerator. So now over here it's split 3 terms. Now solve this up. This b a cancels. It'll be 3. Over here it'll be 2. And over here 6 ones are, 6 fours are. Same way, 6 one time, 3 times. This cancels, the power goes, it'll be 1 and 1. Same way, we have 6 and 5, and now this cancels entirely, and over here it'll be power 2. So you're remaining with 4a cube b squared plus 3ab and minus 5. Remember, the sign is minus 5b power 2. So that is your answer. So this is how we solve it. In the coming videos, we will solve the long division method and also the synthetic division. Before I stop, let us do a check problem. Now, I would highly encourage you all to pause the video over here, see this question and do it by yourself. I hope you at least tried by pausing the video. Now over here, the divisor is this term which will be in the denominator. So what you must do is rewrite this. Now we can rewrite it, this term in the numerator and this division will be in the denominator, and split it out. So split, and over here you will get this. So now we need to simplify each term accordingly. So divide. 9 by 3 is 3. The square, all this cancels up. After you solve it up, you will get this answer. Always remember one thing. When it's 9 divided by 3, you do division. So 3 ones are, 3 threes are. But when it is the powers over here, I hope you remember this. What happens is it becomes subtraction. 9 minus 2. So x to the power 9 minus 2. So this is very important. We have done this already before. So I hope you remember. If you do not, please remember this. Whenever you have variables with powers, exponents. So let's take this 4 over here, x power 2. What happens is when you bring this up, it'll become x4 into x minus 2, and always you add or subtract the exponent, so it becomes 4 minus 2 or x power 2. So you can just cancel this over here, subtract, and what will remain? It's 2. It's not division, it is always subtraction. Okay, so I will just show over here x power 3 divided by x power 2. It is basically 3 minus 1. So whatever is down, you have to just subtract. So it'll be x power 3 minus 2, sorry, it'll be x power 1. So that is how we solve it. Okay, I hope this is clear. And in the coming videos, we will do more types of division of polynomials. Now we will see long division method, but before that, we will compare using real numbers and then we will solve polynomials. So what is this long division? That is the division which we use to solve real numbers. Now imagine you have 3 as the divisor and 288 as the dividend. What do? We would use the divisor and start dividing. How would we start? It's basic. So now see the first digit. 2 is less than the divisor, so you can't use only 2. You need to use 2 digits. So 28, yes, it is greater than 3. So how many times 3 is close to 28? So you must see 3 times 9 we know is 27. Remember, don't take 3 times 10 because it should not exceed this number. See, 3 how many times a number close to 28? 3 9 times, isn't it? So we will write 9 over here times how many? 27. It should not exceed this number, the 2 digits. Okay, now solve these 2 digits. Remember, when you're solving, you must always change the sign. All these steps will be used now when we use the polynomial division. Whatever you have done in your previous grades, maybe this you learned in your second, third, fourth grade, I'm not sure. But anyways, whenever you learn that, same thing now will be applied when we use polynomials. Now when you solve it, 28 minus 27 will be 1. So always remember this particular number must be less than the number over here above. So what next? Now this is done. Bring this down. Bring that 8 down. So that comes over here. Because again, 1 is less than 3, right? You can't solve. Now bring this down. Now see how much times 3 is equal to 18 or close to 18. Now remember, 3, 6 times is 18. This is exactly 18. So what happens over here is you just write 6. 18, solve this, change the sign, it'll be 0 over here. So the remainder is 0. But this is the method you use. So you took the numbers suitable to divide and then you got this 9, and then when you try to multiply 6 times 18, so you got this 6. There's no remainder, this is the answer. Now, whatever we just now did is employed to solve polynomials. Let's solve this now. But in this case, it's a little different. Let's see, this is the divisor, this is the dividend. Okay, that's fine. What next? You need to see the first digit over here. Okay, and this over here. How do we get this x's? Basically, how many times this? But the easier method would be whatever is this digit. Can you see that? X squared. Just divide by x, by this divisor, the first part of the divisor. What is the answer? X. So that means basically you need to multiply x times x to get x squared, right? That is it. So you get x squared, but it's not over. The first part is yes, x times x is x squared. But what about this minus 1 multiplied with x? You will get minus x. Similar to this, but over here it was just one digit. Here you have x minus 1. So multiply x times x, it'll be x squared. Minus 1 times x, it's minus x. Next, change the sign of both. Now over here, this plus becomes minus and minus becomes plus. And now solve it. Plus x squared minus x squared cancels. What happens over here? It is minus 4x plus 1. It will be minus 3x. So minus 3x is remaining. Okay? You're just subtracting these both. Now, pause and bring this down, this last digit, whatever, we brought this down, right? Same way, there must be two terms. So over here, as you can see, it's two terms. You're dealing with two terms. You can't solve when it's one term. So bring this down. Okay. Now, what next? So look at these both. How much do you have to multiply to x to get minus 3x? The first term must be same. How much do you have to multiply? If you look closely, it'll be minus 3. That's it. So minus 3 multiplied by x will be minus 3x. And then negative 1 times minus 3 is positive 3. Now you get the answer. When you solve it, you'll get 0. Remainder is 0. And this is the answer. So this is how you basically solve it. I hope this is clear. Now we will solve a problem given to us. We need to divide x squared minus 5x minus 36 by x plus 4. Look, first, make the, to make the long division, make this thing. Write the dividend inside this symbol over here, like a bracket sort of thing. And then outside is divisor. What do you do now? See these terms. How much should I multiply x to get x squared? It's x. So now multiply x times x, you will get x squared, and 4 times x, you will get 4x. Next, change the signs, both the sides, both the terms. Okay, now solve it. This becomes 0 because plus and minus gets cancels. Over here, minus and minus will be 9x. So it will be minus 9x. Now bring this term down. Over here, it'll be minus 36. What next? How much times you have to multiply x to get negative 9x? One way to do it is just divide this by the first term over here. The answer is minus 9. Okay, so you get minus 9 over here. And then you need to multiply entire term. X times minus 9 will be minus 9x, and 4 times minus 9 will be minus 36. So this is how we get the answer. Change the sign, it's 0. You just stop it. Stop it when it's less than the divisor terms or it's 0. Over here, you should use all these terms, and now it's over. That's it. That's the answer. The quotient, that's the answer. After division, whatever the answer you get is quotient, and the remainder is 0. The quotient is x minus 9. The remainder is 0. That's it. Let us try solving this one over here. This is having a remainder. Let's see how it is. Same way, do the symbol over here, draw the lines and write the dividend inside and the divisor outside. Now look carefully. How do we get the first quotient? It's 3x cubed divided by z. This cancels out. It's 3 minus 1. It'll be 2 over here. So it'll be 3x squared. Multiply z with, not x, sorry, it's z. Multiply z with 3z squared. It'll be 3z cubed. And same thing with minus 5 with over here. It'll be minus 15z squared. Next, change the signs. Over here, it'll be minus becomes plus, plus becomes minus. This is gone, cancels. Solve this. You will be remaining with 1z squared. See, this is the answer. Why? Because plus and minus. Minus 14 plus 15 will give you z squared. That's 1z squared. Bring the next term down. You will have minus zx. Now, how much do you have to multiply to get z? How much do you have to multiply to z to get z square? It is only z. So plus z. Multiply z times z is z to the power 2. Minus 5 times z is negative 5z. It's Z or Z, it's the same thing. I hope you understand. Some call it Z or Z. Okay, whichever you're comfortable. If you're thinking, what is Z? That is the thing. Okay, this alphabet. Now we just change the symbols, and the Z square and Z square cancels, and over here you're remaining with minus 2Z or Z. Um, Now, what next? Get this last term down over here. Now, this is it. Now, all the terms are done. This will be your last step because all the terms are being brought down. Now, what do? Compare. How much do you have to multiply? You can just see over here, Z and Z are there. So only minus 2 must be multiplied, sorry. So write minus 2 over here. Z times minus 2 is minus 2Z. Minus and minus becomes plus. 5 times 2 is 10. Simplify this, change the signs and solve. Over here this cancels out. You're remaining with minus 7. Now, is there any other terms? No. And the degree of the 7, minus 7, is lesser than z. So you can't solve this further on. So this is basically the answer. The answer is, the quotient is 3z squared plus z minus 2, and the remainder is minus 7. That's it. This is your final answer by using long division method. Sorry, I forgot to tell you one thing. After this, the remainder. So now if they ask you the remainder and quotient separately, class, this is the answer. But over here, you can also write this remainder as a term. So now what happens is, look over here. Basically, you're dividing these both, isn't it? This is the dividend divisor. So this much is the quotient, yes. But you can write the remainder in the answer in a way. See, write these terms as it is, no changes. Please remember, when you write the remainder, write what is the symbol? It's minus 7. And then whatever is the divisor must be divided to it, z minus 5. This is your answer. So please remember, if at all you have any remainder, say you add over here instead of minus 7, say plus 2. So what would have happened? After minus 2, you should have written plus 2 divided by the divisor z minus 5. So this is your final answer. Depends on the option. If they ask you the remainder and the quotient separately, this you can stop it over here. But otherwise, please remember the remainder must be written. The remainder must be written and divided by the divisor. So this is how we can get the exact answer by using long division method. Now we come to the synthetic division method to divide polynomials. Now this can be only done when the binomial, when there is only binomial, and it must be first degree binomial. We will see in the coming problems. But this is a very quicker method. You don't need to divide all that. It's very quick, but there is conditions to it. It can be only done when it's binomial and degree 1. Also, the coefficient must be 1, but that can be altered. We will see two problems and you will see the difference. And now we will learn this method. It is a unique method which has plenty of steps. All these steps, if I read it out, it's no use because it's very hard to understand the steps until we solve a problem. Let's see a simple problem over here. See this. You must know what is the dividend and divisor. The divisor must be a binomial. We saw that in the previous slide. Now you must find the zero or the solution. How do you find the solution of this? X minus 5. Make it equal to 0. What is x equal to? It's equal to 5. So this number is very important. This is 5. The divisor is very important. Sorry, this number is written like this. And then the coefficients of the dividend. You can see over here, the coefficient of x cubed, the dividend is 1, and of x squared is minus 2, x is minus 8, and last constant is 35. Remember, you must write this in descending order of degrees. It must be the highest degree first. Over here it's 3, 2, 1, and then constant or 0. So this is how we write it. Now, once we set up this, it is very simple. All you need to do is first keep the first coefficient. Say bring down the first coefficient as it is, no changes. Multiply this number with this coefficient. What is it? 5. And write it over here. Now you basically add them up. Over here it's minus 2 plus 5. That will become plus 3. And then multiply it with 5. So multiply 5 and write it over here. Again, after that, what do? You need to add it up. So add 15 and minus 8, it will be 7 times 5, you'll get 35. Add it, it's 0. If there is a number over here, that is the remainder. If there is no number, that means it's 0, and there you stop. So this is how it works. Let us solve let's see a proper problem. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you this. Whatever the numbers you get over here are your answers. So this is the remainder. So ignore this. This is your constant 7. Over here, x to the power 0, right? Then over here, 3x and x square. If there were more terms, it would be cube to the power 4 and so on. So this is your answer. Let us see a problem over here. We have been asked to divide this big term by the divisor x plus 3. What is the 0? What is the solution over here? You must remember it's minus 3 because you can just change the sign over here. So let's write that first. Minus 3, okay, over here. What about the coefficients? They are as it is, 3, minus 2, minus 53 and 60. Minus 60, sorry. Write them. 3, minus 2, minus 53, minus 60. Now, first things first, bring this down over here and then multiply it with negative 3. It will be negative 9. So you'll get the answer negative 9. Now add them up and you will have minus 11. Do the same thing. Multiply minus 3 with this. Answer over here. Negative times negative becomes positive. 3 times 11 is 33. Add them up. You'll have 20. Now multiply it with negative 3. You will get positive 60. And the remainder is 0. Whenever you are coming to the last term, a line is drawn just to indicate this is the remainder and this is your answer. This is the constant x and x squared. Or you can also remember if the given question is x cube, the answer will be 1 down, 1 degree less, x square onwards. So the answer is 3x square minus 11x minus 20, and there is no remainder, it's 0. Remainder is 0, so this is the answer. Now let us see another problem where it is not so simple. The binomial is not so simple. Over here we have degree 1, yes, but we have a coefficient of 2. What do we do now? Don't worry, you should just divide everything by 2. So you will get this as x. So over here, the leading coefficient of the divisor is not 2. So you need to make it to 1. Sorry. It should be 1. It's not 1. So make it to 1. How do you get it? Divide everything by 2. What is the answer? It'll be 4 divided by 2 is 2. Minus 37 divided by 2 is minus 18.5. 4 divided by 2 over here again 2. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. Over here, 2x divided by 2 will become x. Minus 1 by 2 is half. So now we can use the synthetic division method. All you need to do is, what is this 0? X equals half or 0.5. That's it. Take it to the other side. You can just change the sign and write 0.5. Write the coefficients. 2. And now over here, it's very important. Can you see x to the power 3? X power 4. Next will be x power 3, 2, 1, and constant 0. See, x power 4, a coefficient, this one over here, you should see, sorry, this one is 2. But there is no x to the power 3, so we write 0. And then x power 2 coefficient is minus 18.5. X power 1 is 2. And lastly, we have 4.5. So this is the thing. Now, same method does not change. Bring this down. 2 comes down. Multiply with 0.5. Answer is 1. Add it up. 1 multiply with zero point 0.5, you get zero point 0.5. Add it over here. 18, 18 half, it'll be minus 9. Minus 18 half is minus 9. Add it up, you'll get negative 7 times zero point 0.5, it'll be minus 3.5. Add it up, you will get 1. Because 4.5 minus 3.5, 1 is remaining. So the answer is, you have remainder. So this is 0, x, x square, x power 3. So 2x power 3 plus x square minus 18x minus 7. And this, please remember, we write 1 divided by the divisor. Divisor is x minus half. Over here, you can note that this can be rewritten. You multiply it both the sides by 2. You're not doing any change. It'll be 2x minus 1, right? You can also write over here as 2x minus 1. But remember, sorry, you can rewrite, you have to multiply here also, because see this what happens is, sorry, I told you wrong. Whenever we multiply, both the sides must be multiplied, okay? Now, please understand this. You're multiplying. See over here, when we divided, what did we do? We divided both the sides, up and down, numerator, denominator. When we multiply, when you're multiplying over here, you need to multiply the above term as well. So remember, whatever we just now did, multiplication is correct, but I forgot to tell you, even multiply in the numerator. So multiply 2 up and down. What happens? This becomes 2x minus 1 and up becomes 2. So this is your final answer with the remainder. Or if you're getting confused, you can just leave this. This is also the answer. So this is how we can easily solve such a long problem. It would have taken so much time if it was long division. But in synthetic division, it takes just few steps and you get the answer. So that's the end of this division chapter. I hope you have understood division of polynomials. If you have any doubts or queries, please do drop them in the comments. I will get back to you soon. Have a good day. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.